Hey Vapers, Alucard here
I've
today.
always enjoyed
Alucard.
fear.
Hey Vapers, Alucard here today. I've got April. She's from New Vapor, Vapors Forum. How you doing today, April?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing really good. Really excited about this interview.
Me too.
First question, approximately how long were you a smoker? What did you smoke and how much?
I've been smoking since I was 12 years old, and I am 32 now. And I smoked Camel Lights, and I smoked about a pack a day. The pack a day came over about, I don't know, the last 2 years or so. Before that, it wasn't necessarily a whole pack a day, but the different stresses in my life caused me to start smoking a pack a day.
And where did you hear about vaping?
One of my boyfriend's coworkers had an electronic cigarette a couple years ago. I had seen it and I thought it was awesome. And at the time, he just told me that it was very expensive. It was like $200 for his kit. And I thought, well, I can't afford that. So I kind of let it just ride from there.
So was that a smoking everywhere kit?
I think he had a Lucci.
What did you end up getting that worked for you initially?
Initially, I got the blue kit, and I didn't like it. I started vaping, and it was okay, and it was working. It made me not smoke anymore. When I got my kit, I had 4 cigarettes left, and I smoked those 4 cigarettes over a week's period. But I was very determined, even though I didn't like the blue. I had started looking around on the forums, and other people had said that there was a good 510 kit to go to. So I bought from Sigtex one of those. It's a Q disposable 510 kit, but you can recharge the battery, and that worked well. And so from there, I got a manual 510 battery, and that did okay too. And then from there, I got an M401 kit, and that was just like the blue, but that was I won that. Well, actually, Angel Bunny won it, but gave it to me. And then my boyfriend got me a spade for my birthday, and I really, really liked that. And then I got a silver bullet.
And so you've been vaping since January, correct?
Yes.
And you've already got a silver bullet.
Yes.
So what's your favorite Addy?
If I had to pick just an Addy, I would say the 510 is my favorite. But right now I'm really digging the cartomizers.
And is that the 808 cartomizer or the new 510 cartomizer?
The 808 cartomizer. Paul at bluegrassvapor.com.
What are some of the favorite juices that you've tried?
I really, really like the German chocolate cake from Tasty Vapor and their blueberry cheesecake. And actually, the Tasty Vapor is just awesome. I like their caramel popcorn also. And Mrs. T's Bakery has a really good Boston cream pie. I would say those are my favorites.
Now, what milligram do you currently vape, and do you see yourself ever going to zero nic?
Currently, I'm vaping 24 milligrams. That's what I started out at. I know that's kind of high to start with, but I didn't know what level to start at, and I wanted to make sure that I quit smoking. So that's what I started out at, and that's what I'm currently at. And I suppose one day I might go down to zero. At the moment, it's not a goal of mine. I really enjoy vaping the 24. I do have some 18 milligram bottles here that I might try. I just haven't yet.
So what keeps you from going back to cigarettes? Is it the nicotine? Is it the throat hit, the vapor?
The taste. They taste disgusting. I was with my boyfriend at a hockey game, and during one of the intermissions, we went out on this little balcony where all the smokers go. And I didn't want to pull out my spade and have everybody ask me a bunch of questions and then not be able to vape because I really wanted my nicotine. And I decided that I would have a cigarette instead because my boyfriend smokes cigarettes. And I took one puff off of it, and it was so disgusting. I just put it out, and I said, I'll just deal with the questions.
So do you vape in public now, and do you vape at work?
Yes, I do vape in public and I do vape at work. My boss does not know that I vape at work though, but as most people know, the vapor dissipates into the air rather quickly, so it's not really a problem.
And what does your family, your boyfriend, think about vaping?
He thinks it's great, even though he's not committed to doing it. For him, smoking cigarettes is just easier. He doesn't smoke a lot though, but he'll just, pull out a cigarette and light it and it's good to go. I think, from his opinion, the refilling and charging the batteries and the dripping and all that stuff, it's just too much effort. It takes too much time. But he really brags to people that I do it and that I've quit, and my family thinks it's a good idea too.
So I've heard you've got some reviews coming up. What can we expect from that?
Well, I'm not an established reviewer and I don't know if I intend to become one. I was approached by a company on Vapor's Place. They asked me to review some of their juices and they sent me, I said, sure, why not? So they sent me four of them and I have them recorded. I just need to publish them. But I don't know that that's something that I really want to, get into, like, Grim Green or Big Eyes Dog.
What would you recommend to first time vapors?
I would say I think the 510 and or a 901 are very good starter kits for people. I think I would stay away from the big companies like Blue. Not that they're bad, it's just I've heard many people start with those and work their way up. And even though they are probably good starting places, most people went from the Blue or, companies comparable to them to, 510s or 901s. So I would recommend just starting out with the 510 or the 901. And as far as juice goes, one of the big things that I had a hard time comprehending when I was just starting out was food flavored juice. I thought to myself, why would anybody want to vape Boston cream pie? When you're smoking cigarettes, they don't taste anything like that. They taste like tobacco. So I thought for sure that I would only want a tobacco flavored juice. And I got my very first juice was camel flavored from mystics.com and it was disgusting. So I said, well, let me try some of these food flavored juices and I love them. So I mean, I would recommend to first time vapors, don't get freaked out by the different flavored juices because, you just might like them.
We're about to wrap up this interview. Any shout outs?
Now I'd like to give a shout out to all my friends at New Vapor. They have all been very welcoming and nice, and just, the vaping community itself has been awesome. People have welcomed me with open arms, and I have made some friendships, and I feel like it's a really good place to be, and, I'm happy.
Well, April, thank you for doing this interview. I really appreciate it. I'd like to give a shout out to New Vapor, the vaping community. Once again, you are who I'm doing this for. Keep on vaping, guys. We'll catch you later.
Bye.